If I wanted to grow my super much faster than any superannuation fund, I'd use this type of property. More details in the clip from my podcast. Talk to me about the benefits of a self-managed super fund. I'm not quite there yet. I don't have as much super, I think, as I need to get into it. But what's the process? Why is it beneficial? Why is it different to a normal one?
Well, the normal one, the difference is if you buy something in the super, you can't touch it till retirement. Well, you could sell it. You're not going to see the benefits until retirement, but that's the same with all super. There's massive benefits. Every person needs to at least investigate looking at it because there's a lot of security situations. You know, in my book, I talk about, the stock market crashes and how often that happens, which is coincidentally is sort of an 8 to 10 year period where we see severe crashes. And most people's super is in managed funds. They don't even know what's in their super. They don't even know what it's invested in. That's in, I'm in, this managed fund or whatever. So why, most of our clients investigate purchasing real estate, house and land inside a super is because if they've got, $300,000 super, they can leverage that super by 3 to 4 times safely and securely doing it. And that means you're holding, a million or $1.2 million asset rather than $300,000. And if they both happen to go up at, doubling in a 7-year period, you're going to double 300 or double 1.2 million.
I'll take the 1.2.
There's a lot of structuring. And for me, I have a independent financial planner who puts the structures together. It costs about $7,500 for what he does. There's a lot of work setting up the fund, setting up a bear trust, which is actually the entity that borrows the money for the property, sits beside the fund. This is all, it needs to be, ASIC approved, the fund. And then he rolls over the managed funds into the client's new self-managed bank account, sets up the bank account. We do the finance for it. So there's a fair bit of investment. The banks also want what's called a statement of advice. So in other words, the financial planner has to prove to you before you move ahead on it that this is a good thing to do. Okay. So he does some projections based on really conservative, like 4 or 5% type growth projections. Yeah. On like a 5, 10, 15, 20 year projections against you putting, or getting your employer to put your standard super into managed funds that most people don't even know about. So there's some massive benefits. In retirement phase, most people will end up selling the property. We show them how they can pay it off without them contributing 1 cent in holding it. And without them having, to contribute, obviously, in holding it, but we can show them how they can pay it off in a pending year income, but a 12 to 15 year period, paid off. Okay. Now, if they sell it in retirement phase, the rules are at the moment that they pay 0 capital gains as well.
So let's say your example from before, they're holding a 1.2 mil. Yep. They go to sell it, it's at 2.5. Yep. What sort of figures are we talking here that they don't have to pay?
The gain on that property is 1.25 million, and in a normal circumstance. So if it was in your own thing, that would go on as income for the year. So you'd have to pay, tax. It works out about in a standard, like in your own name, it'd be like a 15% of the gain. So it's a significant amount of savings that in a super that's really beneficial. Okay. But again, that's just one part of the structure for people. Yep, you need to know about self-management, and it's really popular because, if you're investing in house and land in a capital city and, pretty, safe, it's very, very safe and affordable. Whereas, stock markets do crash. I'm not suggesting they don't come back, but they do have crashes. But the real benefit in the self-managed side of things, which people need to investigate, is that you can leverage. And leverage is the key. Leveraging is the key.